And welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. I'm the host of today's show, fine solo, the one and only Michael Buchheister. And guys, if you are out there listening to us on this beautiful Sunday morning, keep warm. It is frigid cold outside. The weatherman snow prediction was a little bit off. I think here in southern Indiana, only got maybe an inch, maybe inch and a half, but it's very icy underneath that snow. So make sure you are safe. Keep warm, because Monday mornings will get down to 7 to 6 degrees. So guys, just keep warm as we prep for Mississippi State. And that weather forecast, weather on the 8th, was brought to you by let's say Monster Energy Drink. Monster Energy Drink wakes me up every day and puts me to bed to sleep every night. I don't know how that works, but just roll with it. So guys, last night's game, hey, we pulled it out. We pulled it out versus Auburn. I believe at one point we were up by 16 points early in the second half. Auburn clawed their way back to make it a very interesting final minute of the game. Kentucky did end up pulling it out 82-80. So this is a very big conference win, very big road win, and definitely one you need to put on the resume moving forward. If you guys listened to the show last week, myself, Chris Hill, and Matthew Lyle all had them losing this game. So this is a big surprise. This is a big boost of confidence moving forward here. Keldon Johnson and Hero both had monster games with 20 points apiece, respectively. Reed Travis, he chipped in with another 17 points with a really good all around outing for him, both on the defensive side and offensive side of the ball. He also was able to rip down 7 boards, which led the team, which was tied with PJ with 7 boards. I should say, but and then PJ followed up with like 13 points as well. So all of our starters were in double digits except for Higgins, which is a-okay with me, because Higgins affects the game in other ways. He is the Steve Nash of the team. He does not need 17, 18, 20, 23 points as he got a career high last game. He doesn't need that night in and like night out to be effective. Just keep what you're doing. Hey, Higgins, penetrate that zone that teams are going to start running on us. Ditch it out to Hero, to Johnson. Once they start going out on those, give it down to PJ and Reed. I really liked what the offense did for us last night. Now, the only downfall is we were up by 16 points to Auburn, and they came back, and at one point they took the lead. I believe it was right around the 75-point mark when Auburn, they took their first lead since the first half. So we got them down 16 points, could not put the nail in the coffin, allowed Auburn to hit, I believe it was 11 threes in the second half. I mean, we definitely challenged them, but they're a very good three-point shooting team, and we saw when they start to get hot, they get hot. And there's really not a lot you can do. You have to weather the storm, just like what UK did. They didn't get flustered, and we ended up pulling it out for a very big win. The only thing I am questioning about this game is our free throw shooting. We did not shoot very good from the foul line as a team in the late minutes. Yes, per the game we shot a little over 72%. But it seems like down the stretch we missed a lot of shots. Kelvin Johnson missed 3 big free throws that could have iced the game earlier. But no fault to Keldon. I mean, I'm sure the pressure was enormous. We ended up pulling out, so we aren't going to single him out on those free throw shootings. As far as the grade on the overall game, on the excitement factor of this game has definitely got to be an A. This is a very exciting game. Except for that 16-point lead there that we had, I'm not going to lie, me, my wife, my brother-in-law, all kind of just sat back, so, we got this in the bag. And then our butthole started to get puckered up. Like, three. I mean, like, they were raining down threes like it was, and I mean, it was raining outside, so it was like, damn. Like it was crazy how many threes they hit in a row. But then UK would answer right back to when it was down to I think they knocked it out at 7 or 8 points. They would hit a three, knock it down to 5 or 6, and then UK would come back with like a bucket. But obviously threes, are more than twos. So we saw that we saw what happened. But this is like I said previously, this is a very, very big win for the Cats. Hero was shooting the ball lights out. He was 3 for 6 on 3 points. I think all 3 of those threes came in the second half. Very, very big 3 points. Keldon Johnson was 2 for 5 from 3-point range. Even PJ Washington was 1 for 2. So when we were 6 for 15 from 3-point line, and if I don't have the stats right in front of me, but this is probably the most 3-pointers we've scored like all season. And I'm very, very excited that our shooting is finally starting to come around, especially Tyler Hero, because he was in that slump where he could not buy a bucket. And to start the game, it kind of looked that way, but you could see it in his eyes that he was not going to let those few missed shots deter him this game. And I'm excited, very excited to see his stroke starting to come back. As far as player of the lack of the game, I'm going to have to give it to Hero, strictly simply because he hit those couple big threes to kind of somewhat stop the Auburn run when we were up by 16 points and they were making that furious comeback. Tyler hit some really, really big shots to somewhat slow that comeback down. What I expect from this team moving forward after this game, we need more bench play. We only got 6 points off of the bench, and one point was from Nick, and the other 5 were from Quickly. Quickly, I am satisfied of what he did. He came in and was a 1A 1B for Higgins, and I like that a lot. What I really want to see is I want to see Baker start to go off. Baker's lateral movement is amazing. I believe last year he had a knee injury, and for him to be moving the way he is, he could be something really, really, really special if he can get in the game and really start to groove a little bit. I think Nick he is what he is, and as far as EJ goes, he got in the game. He got in the game early. But then you didn't see much of him after that. So I'm not for sure if he upset Calipari or what. But those 4 guys coming off the bench, moving forward, I would like to see 10 to 15 points coming off the bench in each game moving forward. I really truly think that will make us a dominant force in the SEC and the March Madness tournament or the NCAA tournament moving forward. If we can consistently get 15 points off the bench, 15 big points off the bench, in that late first half, early second half time frame, we're going to be a very, very unstoppable force. So with all that being said, like I said, very, very big win in SEC play on the road, beating number 14 Auburn. I believe pretty much everybody had us losing this game, including most of the staff here on Big Blue Breakdown. So we are very much excited about the game, but don't get overexcited, guys. We have a very, very tough stretch coming up. We have 3 ranked opponents back to back. And the next ranked opponent is next Tuesday, so there's really no time to really sit back and relax. And we welcome Mississippi State into town. They are currently ranked 24th as of right now. So they are very, very capable of being a very, very good team and coming into Lexington and knocking off the Kentucky Wildcats. They started out the season very, very hot, and then And then they dropped a couple games to South Carolina and to Ole Miss. South Carolina was on the road, so no harm, no foul there. But then they lost to Ole Miss at home. At the time, Ole Miss was really, I think, under ranked. Mississippi State maybe was a little too high ranked. I believe at the time they were ranked 15th. But nonetheless, Mississippi State is ranked 24th coming into Lexington on Tuesday, a 7 o'clock tip-off on ESPN. Players to watch for on this game here, guys. Mississippi State, I believe they live and die by the guy named Quindary Weatherspoon. He is a senior. He is averaging a little under 17 points per game. Hopefully Higgins can be on him heads up one-on-one and shut him down. Because if we shut him down, I don't anticipate a lot of other people stepping up. Mississippi State is a very, very old team. They only do have 2 freshmen on the team that don't even play. They are a very junior, senior, heavy dominant team. So they do have experience, and they do have that possible leadership. So once we shut Weatherspoon down with Higgins on Tuesday night, look out for the other Weatherspoon. His name's Nick Weatherspoon. I'm not for sure if they're related, but it'd be pretty cool if they were. He is averaging a little over 10 points per game, but he is definitely going to be the X factor in this game. He is a sophomore, so we need to watch out for him. Hopefully he doesn't get hot and start to go off on a little tear against us, because he is fairly young. He is really the only quote unquote underclassman playing in this game for Mississippi State. So the X factor for Cats on Tuesday. I really want to see the bench play come up and do well. I want them to score 15 to 20 points off of the bench. I don't care if that comes from one person or collectively. Ideally, it would be collectively, which would be awesome. We like the bench, like the guys off the bench get 12 minutes per game, and they all get 4, 5, 6 points there. That would be an ideal situation. I don't see that happening. So with all that being said, I think EJ Montgomery is going to be the X factor. I think he is going to come off the bench. He has a chip on his shoulder, and he has something to prove to the Kentucky Wildcats. He is really only playing 10 to 15 minutes per game, and he definitely wants to get into that role and into the game more and more often. And what better way to come off the bench and have a great game against Mississippi State. So game picks for next Tuesday here. I'm going to be short and sweet about it. We better not be overlooking this game to play KU. Mississippi State will come up and bite you in the ass. With that being said, I think Calipari has his team where he wants them. He's like, trust my way. We had a great road win. We don't want to lose at home. We win these 3 games versus these ranked opponents. We're a top 5 ranked team. So, give me the Cats. Give me them by 7 points. I really think EJ Montgomery is going to have a good game. Just look for the starters to do what they've been doing. Keldon and Hero get 12 to 15 points respectively. Let Reed Travis get his 10 to 12 points. Hopefully PJ can get into the 10-point range again a lot as well. I am happy with Higgins around the 8 to 7 point range, as long as he is bringing the energy to the game, getting those steals and playing great defense. His offensive side of the ball is perfectly fine. I want EJ Montgomery to step up and big on Tuesday. So looking at the schedule forward, I don't think much of my picks have changed. I do have UK beating Kansas now. The only thing that I would possibly change here is if we beat Mississippi State at home, which I expect we do. On that, when we play them again, February 9th, which is a Saturday afternoon game, early game. It's the 1 o'clock game. I expect us to struggle there, but what we do, pull it out. So as of right now, the only losses I really see coming forward is Tennessee twice. And then we lose at Florida, just because that is a struggle game, a struggle place to like play, and then maybe at Ole Miss. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So we lose to Tennessee twice, at Ole Miss, at Florida. So my overall loss total is down from 8 to 7. With this win, I just think the team is clicking at the right time, and we're gonna do good things come February, March, April. So Cats, great win on Saturday. Let's get another great win on Tuesday. And this is Michael Buchheister with Big Blue Breakdown. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. We're on YouTube as well. Big Blue Breakdown. Give us a ranking, guys. We out.